You're listening to Podketeers.
Welcome to episode 334 of Podketeers. This week we talk about Buena Vista Street reopening, one of us losing it over a song from the Enchanted soundtrack. We list the 3 holiday treats that we'd like to have right now from the parks, and more. We also launched a virtual food drive to help cast members, theme park employees, and those in the hospitality industry facing hardships due to the pandemic. We're doing our food drive through Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County because they're set up so that every dollar that you donate provides the equivalent of 3 meals for someone. If you're unable to give even $1, please consider helping us by reposting our food drive link to your friends, to your family, on Twitter, on Facebook. Our goal is to try to help as many cast members as possible during the upcoming holiday season. For more information and a link to donate, you can go to teamboatwillie.com. Super easy to remember because it's just like Steamboat Willie, but without the S. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to help as best as we can. We'd also love for you to join the conversation about anything that we talk about in this episode. You can leave a comment on the blog post over at podketeers.com/334. You can join us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Just search for Podketeers. Or you can join us on our new Discord server. An invite link is available in the blog post for this episode if you're interested. I can't start this episode though without taking a moment to send a very special shout out and thank you to the FGP Squad, aka our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their monthly support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. Being part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks, so if you would like more information on what those are and how you can become a part of it, you can get more information by going to podketeers.com/FGP. Once again, a very special thank you to the FGP Squad for their continued support. So that's going to wrap up this intro. Here we go. Here is episode 334 of Podketeers. I mean, it's just been one of those weeks, you know? And
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
In the wilderness.
Yes, and in the non-wilderness.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know that there's a lot of people that are upset because they didn't get the outcome that they specifically wanted. You know, again, I'll say I don't like to get very political on the podcast because we try to spread the magic. And, but I mean, some of those things are just too difficult not to address. And so we've talked about them a couple of times, and I know it didn't turn out the way that some people wanted, but you know, there's change a-coming, and
there is,
I think that change is going to be positive going forward. And I can only hope the way it is viewed is work together as a nation to try to get back, you know, to some semblance of normality, and that we can somehow move on from all of this sooner than later.
We will. It'll take a while, but we will. We'll be all right. It'll be like Small World. We're all hand in hand. We're gonna be fine. It's just gonna take a little bit, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, I guess congratulations to the president-elect and the vice president-elect, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, on their win. And so there's so many things that I guess we're prepping for as the holiday season starts up. We're going to talk about some of those in a while. But can I quickly rant? Because
sure.
What music service do you use?
Actually, Spotify.
Spotify? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. For years, okay, we had Google Play Music. And the reason we had Google Play Music is because we have a couple of Google devices, and we also got YouTube Premium along with our subscription fee. And this was like when it first started. So getting YouTube without commercials and getting access to those YouTube originals that they had, it was pretty appealing. So we thought, hey, yeah, no, let's get this. And recently, Google decided, look, we're stopping Google Play Music and we're going to force everybody to go to YouTube Music because that's the future. And I'm going to tell you, YouTube Music is hot garbage.
Oh, no.
The app is super buggy. I'm confused as to why they just didn't port over the Google Play Music service, or the app at least, and point it to new servers. I've had constant problems where if I'm listening to music in the car, or even on my headphones, like Bluetooth headphones, and like a text message comes in, before with Google Play Music, I had it set so that those messages wouldn't interrupt the music. Like it just kind of went silent in the background and the music would keep playing. But I forgot to do that in Google Play Music. And whenever a message would come in, it would, there would be that little dip in audio, to alert me. But then my music would sound like it was coming from an AM radio. And in order to fix it, like I couldn't just turn off the song and restart it. I had to disconnect the Bluetooth and reconnect it and all sorts of garbage. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it was just one bug, right? Maybe it won't happen again. It happened a second and a third time. And I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. And one thing I kept noticing was that it was constantly reconnecting, saying, downloading your music. And I thought, you've already done that. Like, why do you keep downloading my music? What are you doing? I kind of got sick of it. Remember how we were talking about putting together like a Disney playlist that we were going to share? I started doing that. Like I started putting together a Disney playlist, and I thought, man, we should just switch to Spotify. It's so much easier, such a better service. Like I've already been using it, for so long. I might as well just make it official and like put a ring on it,
Right.
So we officially signed up for Spotify, and now I'm super happy. Like I've loved Spotify for a really long time. We're losing the commercial-free YouTube, but like I love my music. Like don't mess with my music. That
is frustrating, especially if it sounds like radio.
It's horrible. Not even FM radio. It's like AM radio. It's like all of a sudden it went from sounding like fairly clear to getting music that sounded like this the entire time. I was like, why? I already have it downloaded on my phone. Why would you do this to me? If it was streaming, it's one thing, right? But it was saved on my phone. Why?
That is frustrating. I feel you. Put it this way. If it were to be me and I'm like, I've taken all that time and then I listen to it and it's like, it's not up to your standards. I mean, especially if you're paying for it.
Yeah.
And
one of the things I've always been afraid of doing is moving my playlists over. Like Google Play actually made it fairly simple, where there was a specific link that you went to and you relogged in as the account that had it, and it linked it to YouTube Music, and it did its best job to match up the songs. And I say best job because one of my playlists had approximately 1,500 songs, and of those 1,500 songs, about 150 were no longer available to me because it couldn't find a match and whatever it said. So I was kind of angry. And then I thought, well, I guess I could just physically upload the music, right? I just take my CDs and just rip them and then just put them up on the cloud. But I didn't want to do that. I felt like these are popular enough songs that you should have this. How dare you? They were available on Google Music. How dare you not have them YouTube? So we left YouTube Music, got Spotify, and for the most part, everything that I wanted was in Spotify because I had to manually rebuild my lists. And I'm 2 lists down out of 5 because my playlists are really, really large. So I'm a couple playlists in, And like on my main playlist, there is one song that I instantly couldn't find it, and I was like, really, Spotify? Really? Do you remember watching the movie Enchanted?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So in Enchanted, there was a song that Carrie Underwood did called Ever Ever After. And quite honestly, it's my favorite song on that entire soundtrack. And
Nice.
they don't have it. They have the soundtrack, and it's the one song that's missing. And I was so angry because I couldn't find it. And what's worse is that they have the Disney Mania version. And on Disney Mania, they're calling it the original version. It's like, look, it's not the original version. Enchanted came out in 2007 along with the soundtrack, and the Disney Mania CD came out in 2008. So don't tell me it's the original version if the first one came out a whole year before it. Sorry, rant over.
It's okay.
Just saying, I need me my Carrie Underwood.
You just answered my question. I was going to ask if there was a cover of it. That's why I'm laughing.
No, but that's the magic. I don't want a cover. I want the magic of Carrie Underwood. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just really like that song. So anyway, I'm almost done creating those couple. I shifted over to creating my holiday playlist. So that I have a bunch of holiday music to play, considering that most radio stations in the LA area have now officially converted to playing 24/7 Christmas songs because, forget about Thanksgiving. Hey, who cares?
Right.
I mean, in 2 weeks we'll be celebrating Valentine's Day. Who knows?
Yeah, into December.
Yeah.
You'll see all the hearts and stuff. Yep.
Go to Costco and it's nothing but Valentine's and chocolate and hearts. But it's not even Christmas yet.
Oh, else.
Anyway, enough complaining. Sorry about that. Anyhow, I am confused though because have you started watching the new season of The Mandalorian?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
So I need to ask you what you think about this because I was kind of like, wait, are we just going to let this go? How did you feel about, oh man, but there's going to be a spoiler. Okay, look, if you haven't seen episode 2 of The Mandalorian, this is your spoiler alert warning. Stop listening for the next minute while I reveal what happens and then, come back after you've watched it. But are we just going to gloss over the fact that the child ate this lady's babies? Are we? I don't.
Sorry. I was thinking about that, and the only thing I could think of is, you're such a mocoso, man. Wow.
Right.
But up until that and some other moments, you just want, okay. Those of us who have grown up with La Chancla, Pow Pow, that's what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, this just happened. But I laughed because it's the child. So it's like, oh my gosh. It's a child. That's the best way to say it. It lives up to its name.
And that's the thing, right? Like we saw in season 1, he was eating the frogs and all the kids were like, like it was like a thing, right? So I understand where this is coming from and I understand the connection. But I mean, should I not be as freaked out about it? Because like he had it's a circle of life, right? Like,
okay, yes. And you know what? Okay, look, put it this way. How many times have we seen the sleeping zebra and the lions just admiring it?
Like it's just sleeping. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So, circle of life. There's the whole thing.
Look,
and
I get what you're saying.
They got to be fed.
I get what
somehow.
you're saying. But those lions and that zebra are like just patiently waiting, keeping that zebra sleeping there. But the child was like, oh, this is like bubble tea, right? Like, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, you know what? But you know what? I'm kind of glad they went that route because it's not supposed to be pretty.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they went that route, and I was like, all right, you know what? Kudos.
yeah, I guess.
I
Yeah, I don't
and
know. It's
well,
just, I think for the people that saw the child and just thought like, oh, this is like the cutest thing ever, and
right.
trying to figure out what the child grows up to be, right?
Mhm.
Because like up to now, we still don't know if it's Yoda or anything like that. So, Baby Yoda
Right.
is not really an accurate name, So the child, we're still waiting to see what it grows up to be. Because, I mean, we don't
Mhm.
even know if it's male or female, right? Like, we don't know
You know
any of
what?
that.
Actually, it was referred to as he, I believe, at one point. Like
Oh, I don't
just
remember
generic.
hearing that. Okay,
Just
all right.
generic.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take your word for it. I don't remember hearing it, but I'm gonna take your word for it. So, okay, so
Okay.
we're still waiting to find out what he grows up to be.
Right.
And I don't know the Star Wars timeline enough to say like, yeah, this totally jives with like in 200 years or whatever he's going to be, teaching Luke Skywalker or whatever. Like I have a small notion of it because when we first started covering The Mandalorian when they had announced it, I did a
Mhm.
little bit of research, but I'm not like hardcore Star Wars fan. So if anybody listening is a hardcore Star Wars fan, and you can kind of tell me where this all fits in, you can let us know in the
Yeah.
comment section, join the conversation over on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or you can join us on our new Discord server. Go to podketeers.com. You can scroll down. You'll see the link to join us on Discord, and we can talk about it there. But yeah, I don't know. I think the idea of everybody's like, oh, he's just the cutest thing ever, and now I'm like desensitized because I'm all over TikTok. And it's like watermelon sugar, hi, watermelon sugar, hi, and I'm like, how dare you eat those eggs? That's not you, bro. That is not you. Go eat a churro or go eat chicken nuggies. What are you doing?
I think what does it for me the oh gosh, it's the whole you're so cute, but why but you and then you make that face and you're like, "Oh,
I know.
you the I regret nothing."
Uh huh.
Okay, and I've seen that. I don't have kids, but I've seen that with my nephew and I'm like, "Oh, ho, ho, you're going to do it again."
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that and I was like, all right."
Yep, I've seen it with my kids, but yeah, I get it. I don't know why I'm so torn about it. I'm just trying to enjoy it for the show that it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just gonna leave that there, and somebody can comment and let me know what they think about it. 'Cause I don't know why I can't get over it. Um, Anyhow, speaking of Discord, I just want to send a quick shout out to Jarrett, who joined us this last week and left a really, really kind message for us. He told us about when he first started listening and everything, and I'm
That's
happy
awesome.
that we've been able to provide a little bit of an escape for people like Jarrett and other listeners. So thank you for those kind words, Jarrett. We really appreciate it. And again, if any of you want to join us on the Discord server, just head over to podketeers.com, scroll down, you'll see the Discord icon. If you click it, it'll give you the invite so that you can get onto the server and we can talk about, whatever we want. It's a new server, and so we're trying to build up our community there. And I'm hoping to be able to do a lot more stuff on there, planning to do some live streaming, planning to do some gaming stuff on there as well. So, yeah. Anyway, you have an event this
Mhm.
week. From the release of
I
this
do.
episode, you have an event coming up. We've talked about it before. Refresh everybody's memory and tell us what you're going to be doing.
Sure. I will be taking part in the Isle of Magic Marketplace, and this is like a whole month's worth of an event. Um, we have 2 vendors per day, and I am taking Friday the 13th.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was, yeah, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to ask for a date, um, this is it. Why not? This year has a theme. Let's go with it. That was it. So, I'm actually really excited because I'm really close. I am so close to finishing everything up. And Dude, I have to show you what I'm almost done. I'm like 85%. Like this is the one thing that's kind of just it's getting there. Like
Nice.
you could see it and it's like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen." So
Nice.
that is something I'm excited to release. Um
Now that
oh
you're
my
making
gosh.
Diamond D's also, like,
Actually, they're ice.
I mean, come on, diamonds are ice. Come on.
That's true. Taking it back.
Right? But yeah, that D that you made was super cool looking.
Oh, it that was one of the wildest things I thought of and I'm like, let me just try this. Why not? I can't believe it worked out. So I'm just like trying to make different tints and different things. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been fun seeing everything come together and come to life. So Isle of Magic Marketplace, like I've said, and I've been saying this, there's gonna be some extra magic from my shop, and you want to be following them. And not just that, there's giveaways every day. Oh my gosh, the artists, the amount of talent is amazing. So, I mean, we've been just letting everyone know, promoting as much as we can. I- It's been awesome. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been seeing a lot of the stuff that they've been posting, and you're right, there is a lot of talent, which, hello, that's why you're a part of it. But that D, though,
I'm trying.
I'm like, yeah, I need that in my life. Yeah, we'll post all of the information in the blog post for the episode, and then we'll post a reminder on Instagram because that's where a lot of the stuff is actually happening.
Hmm.
So keep an eye out on our Instagram stories for that information. Friday the 13th. Remember that. Dun 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 is when everything is going to be happening. We'll post a reminder in our Instagram stories. Make sure that you're following Mel at the Odd Mouse Shop, SHOPPE, not pronounced shoppy. She's given me crap about that in the past, so I'm going to pronounce it properly. But yeah, check it out. They got a lot of really cool stuff. And some of the stuff that Mel has already shown me behind the scenes that she's going to have available is awesome. If you're looking for stocking stuffers, Christmas gifts, you're going to want to check out some of the stuff that she has for sale. So, yeah, more information later this week on that as well. So, a few days after, Buena Vista Street is reopening. You know, they made
Yeah.
this announcement not too long ago, and we haven't had an opportunity to really talk about it. But, I mean, it looks like what they're doing is kind of what we had talked about several episodes ago, right? Where you kind of open
Right.
portions of the park and you make them available for people to eat or stand around or whatever the case is. They're extending downtown Disney into Buena Vista Street.
Yeah.
I mean, to get around some of the mandates, it's a pretty slick move. It's a smart move, right? Because you have the opportunity to sell stuff in the park. You're allowing people that are comfortable enough to go to the parks that opportunity, you know, to kind of get some of that magic back, as long as you can do it responsibly and as long as you can stay safe. You know, it's cool. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be opening some of the shops. They're going to be opening some of the eateries. Carthay Circle is going to be open. Award
Nice.
Wieners is going to be open, which is slightly off, you know, to the left when you enter Buena Vista Street into Hollywoodland. The coolest thing that I've heard, though, about Award Wieners is that they're not going to be selling their regular menu. They're going
Okay.
to be selling the Disneyland corn dogs, the Hot Link
Nice.
corn dogs, the cheddar cheese sticks, and I think like apple pie cake fries or something like that, or like apple pie funnel cake fries or something.
They're
But
good.
it seems like it's more of the menu from the Corn Dog Castle down,
Yeah.
you know, down in, oh, I almost called it Paradise Pier. Oh, down at Pixar Pier. But, I mean, look, Disneyland corn dogs are freaking magical. I had to hold myself back there a little bit. They are magical, okay? I mean, I've had corn dogs from many places. I've seen people try to recreate the corn dogs. I've tried
Yeah.
recreating the corn dogs, and let me tell you, it doesn't work. Even if it tastes exactly the same, I've talked about this before. There's a certain kind of magic that happens when you eat that food inside of Disneyland, and that corn dog is magical.
Probably needs just a little bit of pixie dust.
Or mustard, one of the two.
Or mustard, yeah.
Yeah, I love the corn dogs from Disneyland. Have you ever had the cheddar cheese sticks?
Yeah, I have. They're really good.
Yeah, I liked them too. The hot link corn dog is really good as well. If we're down in that area, it's usually the one that I get over the regular corn dog.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm so glad that they're bringing them back. I don't know. Am I going to risk going down there for a corn dog? No. But will I possibly ask someone for a corn dog that's going down there who can drop it off at my front door? Maybe.
Hey, that's
Maybe.
that's a plan.
I mean, anyway, yeah, I'm telling you, I tried to make them before and they didn't taste as good. But yeah, Smoke Jumper's Grill is going to be open. It's going to have just kind of its regular stuff, cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers, common stuff. But
Yeah.
Carthay Circle is also going to be open. And this is the one that interested me the most because Carthay is a sit-down restaurant. And as
Yeah.
far as I know, in Orange County and in LA County, there's not a lot of restaurants that are allowing indoor eating.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm wondering how they're going to get around that because the outdoor seating is what? On the second floor, there's like 2 tables. Is there 2
Yes.
or 3?
I think let's just say it's a few.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't remember
I don't
exactly, but
remember.
it's not a lot of space. And outside, they really don't have anything, like on the first floor. So I'm wondering if they're going to have restrictions where they can only have a specific amount of people in at one time because those booths and those tables are pretty close together everywhere.
They are. They totally are. Maybe they'll have it like really good inside, and maybe they'll have like a couple of tables because they have a lot of the I mean, I could see them taking the metal tables and the chairs at the trattoria and
Oh,
bringing them
yeah.
down and putting them on the sides.
Yeah, they could do that. You know where I would love to eat if I had the
Where?
option? I would love to eat in front of the waterfall. Like if they could tuck me into that alcove where the waterfall is
Oh,
and just like set up like a nice table where like my wife and I can sit down and have like a nice dinner, I would
yeah.
love to sit there and have dinner.
You know what? That could happen. They could extend it. We don't know. I
That's
mean, do we
true.
know exactly the perimeter?
I don't think they're going past that area. I think they're going to stay like right up to where that
The
walkway
information booth?
is. Yeah, where the booth ends and that like walk area begins.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. But that's an option, and that would be a nice option. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I would love that one. I know that. If they depend. I think we talked about this in the last episode. Is that there's potential of them doing the Festival of Holidays like that. My
Mhm.
only concern with the Festival of Holidays is that people have to be really close together in line to get their stuff. Like it's really difficult to social distance. So they'd have to extend the lines pretty far out or they'd have to come up with a way to deliver the food or something.
Or what if it's mobile order and they could just pick it up at a certain time
It's
instead of making the line?
yeah, I guess that could work. Yeah, but then there would be a line for mobile order pickups.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So yeah, it's difficult. I know that there's a lot of people that are comfortable with being out like that, but I think when you're in that close proximity to people that you don't know or that you're unfamiliar with, I think it's a different story. I
Yeah.
know that we've talked about people having their own like family and friend bubbles where they go out, they do stuff together and everything. And, you've basically said, these are the only people I'm going to see. These are the only people that I'm going to hang out with. And you're trusting those other people to stay safe, to keep you safe. And that's
Mhm.
great. I'm glad that people are able to do that. But when you're going, somewhere like downtown Disney or Disneyland, if you're shopping, if you're kind of walking around, it's easier to move away from somebody. Like if you're walking in downtown Disney, or I don't know, if you're like at a supermarket, whatever, right? If you see
Mhm.
somebody that's approaching you without a mask, you just walk another way. You walk around them, you walk, back the way you came, you go around or whatever, and it's easier. But if you are already standing in line for your mobile order or to order, somebody behind you is like, "Oh, I was just eating, I'm not wearing a mask," and they sneeze or
Yeah.
something, then totally different story. But I'm sure that Disneyland would enforce a lot of the things that they've learned from Walt Disney World, because I think at Disney World, one of the biggest things that I've heard people talking about was that people were finding loopholes to the whole eating and drinking thing. And so they had designated areas so that you can get your food, sit down and eat, and it was
Mhm.
okay for you not to wear your mask while you were sitting there. But what people were doing was they were taking portions of their food and their drinks and then leaving that area, taking off their mask and pretending they were eating their food or slowly continuing to eat. And the rule said basically, if you're eating, you don't have to wear a mask. So people were using that loophole to not wear masks in the park. And so I think Disney's been working on tightening up a lot of that stuff to try to keep
Mhm.
people safe. And I haven't heard much of an update. I should text Jason to see how that's been working out.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, it's like I said, I know that Disney's going to do as much as possible to try to keep people safe. Um, my concern has always been like those outliers that seem to not care, and seem to think that they could do whatever they want.
Agreed.
But I want to be cautious when I say this, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what happens when Buena Vista Street opens.
Me too.
Because one, I know that it's bringing cast members back, and I know that it's giving some people jobs and everything, and I know that's one thing that people need. After so many of the cast members have lost their jobs, this is kind of the beginning of trying to find ways to keep them safe, get them back to work, and trying to feel like we're kind of normal, right?
Mhm.
I'm curious to see how this goes. I'm hoping that this doesn't turn into a big thing and that it doesn't cause more infections, because I know that Orange County has been on an upswing recently. And that's one of the things that concerns me the most as well, that we're at a stage where they're approaching like the highest level of what's possibly going to create another lockdown at this point, and I'm hoping it doesn't get to that. So yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled on what's happening right now, and then hopefully, now that we're getting closer to having a vaccine, and hopefully all the trials that have been going on and how positive those have been, we're just gonna keep hoping that all of that continues to be positive, and that someday, very very soon, we'll be able to be back together in the parks without having to worry about whether or not somebody's like sneezing or not washing their hands or you know whatever, and
Just
getting
being
back to just
close.
hugging people. Remember when we used to be able to
Yes.
hug people? Like, that was awesome, right?
That was fun.
Maybe one day we'll get back to that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But it's funny because I started thinking about, when I was thinking about the corn dog when I first heard about this, I thought, man, would I really like risk myself? Because I mean, I know my limits, right? I know what's
Right.
wrong with me. I know what I can and can't take, and that's why I've always said, I'm not comfortable yet going to the park myself. I know that there's other people that can do it. I can't do it right now. So I started thinking, is there any snack that I would risk myself for? The short answer to that is no. I didn't have to think very hard. Spoiler alert, the short answer is no. But are there any snacks that I would come really close to? Like going for? The answer is yes, there are several. So I started thinking, what are like the 3 top holiday snacks that I'm missing? And not necessarily any that I would put my life in danger for, but what are the 3 treats that I feel like I need to have again? Because I had it last year, either at Disneyland during the holidays or for the Festival of Holidays, or whatever else. And are there any that I wish I had had a chance to eat that I didn't? And the answer to that is also yes. So we're going to talk about those snacks. But before we do, I do want to remind you that this episode of Podketeers is brought to you by a special group of listeners known as the FGP Squad. The FGP Squad helps us out with a monthly contribution via Patreon, and it's that contribution that helped make these episodes of Podketeers possible. If you want more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, you can head over to podketeers.com/FGP for more information. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Also, I talked about this last week, and we have officially launched our food drive to help out as many cast members and hospitality workers around the Orange County area. Our link is available by going to teamboatwillie.com. Super easy to remember because it's like Steamboat Willie, but without the S. So teamboatwillie.com, you'll find the link where you can go to help out cast members. What we really liked about what Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County is doing is that they're set up in such a way where $1 will help provide the equivalent of up to 3 meals for someone. And that ratio is amazing. Like, that's so great that for $1 that you are contributing, you're feeding somebody 3 meals. And I just loved that about what they were doing. So if you can help, please do so. If you don't have any money to contribute, the best way to help is to help us repost the link, make people aware of it, post it on Facebook, post it on Twitter. We have a goal of $1,000. And as we're entering the holiday season, what a better way for us to pay back the magic that so many cast members have provided for us over the years than by doing this for them. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, send us a DM, post it, join the conversation, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on Discord. We'll be happy to help you out. I'm so happy that we're doing this. In case you're wondering, yes, we did put the Chalk Walk fundraiser on hold. More information on that will be coming soon. We had some auction items that we were going to do. But with the current situation, we felt that doing this food fundraiser was more important. We felt that it would have a bigger impact if we did this food fundraiser instead of doing the Chalk Walk fundraiser for now. So again, any questions, please reach out. And if you want more information, again, teamboatwillie.com is where you want to go. Okay, so back to the treats.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to kick this off or do you want me to kick this off? Because in true Heyzen fashion, I have like 20 honorable mentions.
Oh, then you first.
I'm kidding. I don't. I just have a few. I mean, you know, it's funny because like during the holidays, there isn't. Okay, should we go 3, 2, 1?
Sure.
Yeah, let's just like the least one, and then like the last one that we say is going to be like the one that we most want.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So at number 3, and so let me finish my thought. So I don't really buy a lot of the holiday treats unless we're doing like Festival of Holidays and they happen to have different things. In previous years, when we've all gone together, you know, we've all purchased one thing and then kind of like eat and pass, right? We all like take a bite, pass it on. Like it's total comedian material right there. Like, take a bite, pass it on. Like, I don't tend to buy a lot of the regular treats because in many cases they remind me of the treats that are available year round. So there isn't a lot of difference in them, with the exception of a few. And I'm going to mention a couple. The first one, that this just needs to come back because I just happen to love this particular flavor. But at the Sleeping Beauty Castle churro cart, they had a coconut churro with caramel.
How did I miss this?
Exactly.
How did I miss this?
Yes. So I love coconut flavored stuff. It's like my second favorite flavor, just under orange flavored stuff. So the fact that there was an orange flavored churro, I'm like, look, we just need this as a year-round treat. That should not be a holiday thing. That's a year-round treat. So I'm going to put that one as my number 3.
You're going to laugh because we're going to go back to the same card. No joke. No joke. I did not plan it like this. I even have it written down. And it's back to that cart. And we're going to go back to the corn dog thing where, remember how you tried making your corn dog? It's not as magical.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the cart, and this was like, I would get this. It started a few years ago. I didn't think they had it last year, but you were able to get champurrado at that cart.
Oh, I remember that.
I love, like, it was fresh, and it's hard to get this correct because sometimes it could be too cold or it could be, watery. But yes, I could go to a bakery and get it, but it's here at the castle right there at the cart, which it's like you could sit down in the cold, you could have it, you could listen to everything. It is perfect. Like, I remember the first time standing in line, there was a line of like 8 people deep for that. So that cart is just special.
Did you have it any other times after that one?
No. That's the only time that I've seen it is during the holidays in December. Because
I don't know, I want to say that that's what was in this, but at DCA, they had a cantarrito that was like cocoa themed, and I don't remember if it was hot chocolate or if it was champurrado that it had in it.
I'm going to say it was champurrado, and it wasn't the same.
Oh, see?
There was a difference. See? That's why I had to go back to the cart.
It's like the turkey legs. I'm telling you, DCA and Disneyland stuff is different.
Yeah.
See? I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Well, that jarrito was pretty dope, though. Like, I never had a chance to get one. I think Lynette got one, but she either gave it away or the kids broke it.
No.
But I remember she got one, and I just couldn't remember what was in it. But she made a big deal about getting it, not for the drink. It was more for the little cocoa jarrito that she got.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I never had a chance to have that, but now I kind of feel like I need some. Open air dining, I'm telling you. Projections of the holiday stuff. Believe in holiday magic without the fireworks, just projections. Maybe some drones. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we've seen drones do amazing things. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway. All right, my number 2 choice will be... You know what? I have a feeling you're going to say this one, so I'm not going to mention it. Instead, I'm going to say, and I think this was at the Hungry Bear restaurant. Yeah, I think that's where... Anyway, it was a pumpkin spice cheesecake funnel cake.
I must live under a rock.
I'm just saying. 1, pumpkin pie, I love it. Love pumpkin pie. I know there's people that don't love it. I love pumpkin pie. Not a big fan of pumpkin spice coffee. I know people are all about that PSL life, but I can't. honestly, I tried. Look, I'm going to share something. The other day I went to
Okay.
the store. I normally drink my coffee black. Okay.
Yeah.
The only time I usually ever add anything to the coffee is if I know that I'm going to have more than 2 cups. But usually those first 2 cups, usually black. So by the third cup, it's usually, a little, it's not as strong. And I just
Mm-hmm.
like the coffee, but I'm adding a little flavor to it, right? And I went to the store and I thought, oh, look, this particular brand makes a pumpkin spice or a pumpkin pie spice flavored coffee creamer. And I thought, okay, I think my wife would like this as well because she likes coffee creamer in her coffee all the time. And so I figured, okay, well, I'll get this. I'll try it out. And, I'll live that PSL life this year, whatever. And I tried it. Spoiler alert, it's nasty. All right. First of all, I put it in the coffee and it smelled weird. Like it smelled.
Oh.
Have you ever accidentally burned plastic and as it's beginning to shrivel, like it's that weird plasticky burny smell?
Yeah.
That's what it smelled like, first of all.
I'm so
Second,
sorry.
that's what it tasted like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It did not, like, it had this weird plasticky flavor to it. I am not about it. I'm thinking about just giving it to somebody. Like, probably, I don't know if my in-laws like it or if my sister-in-law likes it, but my wife won't drink it. She doesn't like it. I won't drink it. And so I either give it away or I'm going to toss it. And I hate to toss it. I don't want to do that. I'd rather give it to somebody that might enjoy it. But, yeah, it was not good. And I mean, I'm a huge pumpkin pie fan, especially with a dollop of Cool Whip on it. But this was not good. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice cheesecake funnel cake. Now that's something to look
It just
forward
sounds
to.
so good. I don't know. I don't know how I did. I'm all about pumpkins. I don't know how I missed this one. So I'm kind of like listening as if I'm just discovering this again. I don't know. I must live under a rock somehow.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the Hungry Bear doesn't do a very good job of announcing the different types of funnel cakes that they have available. Like, they've had several items that, like, if you don't get the alerts for the Disneyland blog or RIP, the Disneyland Today Twitter account at the time, like, you probably weren't seeing the pictures of stuff that they were posting. And there was certain things that they've had that I end up seeing on social media before they even got announced because they were testing it out and seeing if people liked it and stuff like that. And then I would end up trying it somehow, and I just thought it was like the greatest thing ever.
Nice.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now because now that they've shut down the Twitter account and they've said, all alerts are going to come through the app. When they finally open, I'm hoping that they bring back their social media team once there's more activity.
Me too.
And one, give all those people their jobs back, and two, that they have actual updates because Twitter's just so fast compared to app updates. And the app, it's kind of a memory hog. So to have it running, like, it's a memory and a battery hog.
Yeah.
Like, you leave that thing running for a little bit, if you're not holding a battery pack, you're going to lose your phone. Because I remember one time that Gavin and I were going through Galaxy's Edge, and we were trying to do some of the tasks that they have, and without a battery pack, like, my phone lasted like an eighth of what it normally lasts. So I don't like it. I'm not. Yeah, they need to optimize it somehow. But anyhow, that's a whole different rant. Back to the snacks.
Back to happy foods.
Yes, back to the snacks. So anyway, that's my second one.
Nice.
So your number 2.
Mine is actually we're gonna go to DCA, and this one particular spot that's always, they sometimes sell out, but it's very popular. And I'm talking about the pork belly. Yes.
The braised pork belly adobo?
Yes.
With garlic fried
Yes,
rice?
and I have garlic fried
Oh
rice.
my God, yes.
That is like the one thing I love to get when it's Festival of Holidays. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, so good.
It had those little chicharrones on
Uh
top.
huh.
Oh,
And then
yes.
sometimes you
I'm
may
all
have
about
like
that
a
life.
little bit of fat, and you're like, I don't care. Calories don't count.
Mm-hmm. But that's what makes it good.
Yeah.
That's what makes it good. You know what I had at a really close second?
What?
Um, so that particular item at Festival of Holidays, the braised pork adobo, was my absolute favorite. Like I would waste 3 tickets every time I went getting that
Yep.
thing. I just loved it. Like I always got like one to share, and then I got like 1 or 2 later that I could like secretly eat so that I can enjoy it by myself.
Yeah.
Like it's not a secret anymore because now that my wife's heard it, like she's gonna be like, seriously, that's where the other tickets went. But yeah, I mean it's that good. But the things that I would have, like at a close second, it's probably a tie. It's gonna be the little beef pot roast, like the little slider that they had.
Yeah.
Like that little slider was good, and then they had the reimagined beef Wellington that was inside that like crispy, flaky
Yes.
Mickey head of the bread.
Yes.
Like, oh man, that thing was delicious.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. And I remember trying it the
Oh,
first
I'm
time.
salivating thinking about it. Ah, it's not good. It's not good, especially because I haven't eaten right now. Oh, you
Same.
know what was really good too? The glazed ham shanks.
Oh.
Did you ever have those?
Yeah.
Those were really good. And then they had like a really awesome like macaroni and cheese with the crumbles on top of it. Do you remember that
Yes.
one? Oh man, like now I'm going through the menu in my head.
I could just I could just imagine just walking to which booths, where to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there with you right now. Okay, yeah. And then I remember like the end of the night thing where you would get like one particular snack and then we'd end up watching Fat Cat Swinger. Ah, damn it. I missed the parks.
Get out of my head.
Okay. I'm going to mention my number 1 snack now so we can wrap this baby up now. Okay. So this was hard. I do have some honorable mentions after, but this is like hands down. This is like the one thing that I wish I could have all the time. I'm glad that it's always been something special. It's super hard to get, but fresh peppermint.
Oh.
The fresh peppermint sticks that they make on Main Street and at DCA on Buena Vista Street. If you've never had an opportunity to get one, man, they are delightful. Disneyland, listen to me, okay? I know you're listening, all right? I'm gonna lay this out for you. Right now, the parks can't be open, which means that we're gonna miss out on this fresh made peppermint.
That's right.
However, guess what? People celebrate Christmas in July. So by the time that you're open, let's celebrate Christmas in July and bring back the peppermint just so that we can get some. And then we can get the entire holiday experience during the summer. And we could just call it Summer Christmas. I know, not very creative, but that's okay. Why? Because we're going to get Christmas twice next year. You're welcome.
And they could also bring back the peppermint ice cream.
Okay, now you're taking it too
Okay.
far. I'm kidding. I know you and Gavin are all about that life, but I don't know. I can't. I'm not a big fan of like the cold and the peppermint like clashing together. I know some people are all about it, but I don't know. I'm not.
It just doesn't melt as fast.
Look, let me put it this way.
What's up?
If somebody got it, okay, and they said, here's some ice cream, here's some peppermint ice cream, I'm not going to say no.
Okay.
I think it is tasty enough that, yes, I will enjoy it if I got it. But is it my first choice? No. It wouldn't be something that I got first. I'm not going to toss it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to eat it because it is delightful enough that, yes, I would enjoy it. I'll just say that because I know last time I got some comments from people saying like, what's wrong with you? That's like, how dare you? It's like, look, it's just not my preference. Okay, it's just not. But anyway, yes, the fresh peppermint is my number 1 choice.
Nice. So we're going to go back to your previous statement. Oh my gosh. Because this particular snack is like, it's been a staple. It's been a staple for a few years. Like And you just said it. Watching Fat Cat Swinger, and I have this snack in my hand. And I remember the first time I had it, I scarfed it down in like less than 5 seconds because it was just that good. And that's the gingerbread Mickey cookie.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is like, that's the one thing that I will pay two tabs just so I could take one home, because one's not enough at all.
I've seen you use 3 tabs for gingerbread cookies.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and look, I ain't mad at you, okay? When you first told me about them and you gave me a piece of it, you made such a big deal. I was like, it's just a gingerbread cookie. Like, come on now. And then I had it, and then we had to go get some.
Right.
And it's not like a crazy, like, harsh gingerbread taste. It's just this really soft, delightful brown sugar gingerbready taste, and it's so good.
It's different than the Mickey cookie that you usually would get like on Main Street. It's completely different.
It is different,
Yeah,
because the one at Jolly Holiday does not taste that good.
Unfortunately. Sorry.
See, again, differences.
Yeah.
See, DCA Disneyland, different flavors.
Yeah.
Just saying. Look, I don't know. I think people tell me that I'm crazy, that I think that the different parks have different flavors, and this all started years ago. Okay, when I had told my brother and our friend Javier that I could tell the difference between a turkey leg from DCA and one from Disneyland. Yep. They thought I was crazy. Okay, but you can. The DCA one was always saltier. And it never made sense because they're all made in the same brine. They're all made in the same location. But the one at Disneyland just always tasted more magical to me. And look, the cookie proved it. The corn dog proved it.
The champurrado as well.
The champurrado proved it. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.
You know?
Case closed.
I can't be the only one that feels like this.
Oh, man.
I feel like I've done so much screaming this episode.
It's been a week.
Right?
We're all on the same page
has.
as well, I'm sure. I hope everyone's just laughing as well.
Yeah. But anyway, we'd love to hear what 3 snacks you all enjoy. So we'd love for you to join the conversation. Leave us a comment on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on Discord. Let's share those snacks. As far as an honorable mention, there was one that I never had a chance to get, but I want to say that AJ got it at one point, but I don't remember if she said that she liked it or not. But it was the hot chocolate beignets that they had in New Orleans Square. Like hot chocolate, come on now.
Yeah.
And then their beignets, like, come on. Like, it seems like a no contest, but I mean, it is a difficult flavor, to get. It seems simple, but you can mess up chocolate flavored items.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't remember. I should send her a text message and ask her. But yeah, the hot chocolate beignets were the ones that I wanted to try, but never had a chance to try as well. So. Anyhow, again, tell us what your favorite snacks are for the holidays, what 3 you would want to go get if the parks were open right now, and we'll, share them and give some updates in the next episode as well. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm hungry.
Me too.
We've talked about a lot of food, and I need food in my belly.
I know, and on an empty stomach, that was smart.
Yeah. So I'm glad I don't have to go grocery shopping right now, because that would be horrible. I'd come back with a lot of Cheetos.
Me too. Chips. Because you're hungry, so that happens.
I know. It's bad. That's going to wrap it up. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.